Hey y'all, it's me Alex. Today I have a get ready with me video on this look, part of my New Year's resolution to make my makeup weirder in the new year and have a little bit more fun. I am using like so many palettes to do this look, and so it's gonna take a bit. I get all like preachy and stuff in here, so if you don't like that then just wait for like my Friday video or whatever. But anyway, without further ado, let's just get started. Okay, so I have like 5 different palettes that I kind of want to use for this look. I'm really extra. This is why I'm doing this as a get ready with me and not a tutorial, because I think people are just gonna be like, that is way too much for a tutorial. So I'm just gonna like talk you all through all of this stuff. Also, I forgot my other makeup bag. I have too much stuff. Hold on. Now we try this whole thing. Okay, so I'm just gonna start off by doing my brows. I'm gonna use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade in dark brown, and I'm using this on an NYX Cosmetics for Ulta little angled eyeliner brush. And it's like really hot in my room right now, and the heating is like really weird in my house. This is just one of the many reasons that I can't wait for summer. Also, as you can probably tell, I'm getting over being ill. I was sick like all weekend, and even yesterday I kind of felt that, well, it wasn't bad, my nose was just really stuffy, but I had stuff to do yesterday, so that's one of those things that you like have to push through a little bit. I wasn't contagious or anything, it was just like a little sniffly and my throat hurt a bit. I also like ingested an entire bottle of like Mucinex stuff over the weekend, like over the course of the weekend, not all at once. That would be really bad. That's a thing that has happened. I've also think I've restored my skin to its proper way, because like my nose was so dry and flaky afterwards from all the times that I blew my nose. I don't know if anybody else has that issue, but it was like flaky for all of yesterday. So I just broke out the one sample I had of like the First Aid Beauty repair cream or whatever it was that I normally don't use because my skin is not always really dry. Like, it's been drier recently in general because of like the weather and me not being in Virginia anymore. It definitely always is more on the combo side, and that stuff is just like way too much for me, but it's finally like functioning properly. Where's my foundation? Oh my gosh, Alex, you need to be more prepared. I mean, y'all are getting an accurate picture of getting ready with me, because I frequently wonder where half of my makeup is, even though it's like all collectively like on my desk. I'm going to use my NYX Angel Veil primer because my skin is, I don't know if it's just a fact that it's really hot up here because of the heater stuff, because it's like really cold downstairs and really hot up here. This'll help my skin be a little less oily and greasy for me to apply all of my other stuff. And normally, well, I am gonna put a little bit of the NYX Dewy finish, if only to make sure that my skin is just feeling a little less gross and maybe a little bit like more cooled down, because I just feel really warm. So it's a NYX Dewy finish setting spray. I've been doing this recently to just like balance out the fact that my skin's been a little bit more dry recently. Even though it's not today, I just want to do this step to make sure. And normally I would go in with a color corrector on my under eyes, but I haven't been doing that as much recently, so I'm just gonna go in with my foundation, the LA Girl Pro Coverage Foundation in the shade Fair, and I have a Real Technique sponge that I'm going to use it on. As always, I feel like I have a bunch of stuff to talk to y'all about in my Get Ready With Me's, and then when I get on camera, I can't remember what the heck any of it was. Yay, excitement. So, I was planning on saying something after that. Wow. Well, I'm finally back at school. I'm back up in New Jersey. I was planning on coming back Saturday night. I got in Sunday instead just because I did not want to be entirely driving while I was sick. Like, I was still sick on Sunday, but I felt less crap that day, and I'm really excited for this semester. I have a bunch of classes like that I'm really excited for. I think that's a thing that you get more in grad school too, is that you have more classes that you're excited for. And I'm going to use my NYX HD liquid concealer in the shade Fair, and I'm going to use that on my under eyes. But yeah, I'm in seminary now. I think if you choose to go to grad school, you'll get a lot of classes that you're a lot more excited about because you don't have to do like gen eds or anything like that. Like there's still requirements. Like I have to take like biblical literature, like Old Testament, New Testament. It means that all of this stuff is more stuff that I have chosen. Like I don't have to take an arbitrary math class when, you know, I studied religion and gender and women's studies during my undergrad. I did not want to take a math class. I took statistics and it was not a fun time for me at all. I'm gonna use my Kat Von D Lock It Brightening Powder in Petal on a Dry Real Technique sponge to kind of press in some powder under my eyes and really set it there. I'm really good at math, except for statistics. And statistics is about the only form of math that is going to be super applicable to me, like in my job in my field of study, because of I'm very like sociologically minded, you know, gender and women's studies, religion, all of that sorts of things. So I hate the fact that the only type of math that I'm bad at is the only kind that's like super applicable to me. Like obviously you use algebra and things of that nature to, you know, balance a checkbook, you know, do taxes, things like that, which obviously is like a necessity for life, but you know what I mean. I wanted to do like an eye look with some purple and yellow, and I wanted to use Kat Von D Dreamer on the lips because this is a lipstick that I wish I wore more often than I do. Like, I don't know why I don't wear it as much. I think it's because it's a bit lighter and I generally tend to go for the more dark lipsticks when it comes to weird and funky lipsticks. So this is basically kind of a game plan for what I'm gonna do on my face. So I'm gonna switch it up and I'm gonna use my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. This is just the original, and normally I'd use my NYX HD eyeshadow primer, but you know what? I have been using that for the entirety of winter break and I want to change it up. And so here's the reason that I have all of the different palettes I have. I want to use a transition shade from one shade, a nude shade from another one, and the bright purple from another one. And oh yeah, and I have an eyeshadow, like a loose pigment single thing. I'm going to go in with the shade Dope, which is the purple right there from the Kat Von D Pastel Goth palette, and I'm going to use that as my transition shade. And I'm going to kind of do like the reverse thing, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm not going to do a traditional shape for an eye look, which you'll probably see in the preview when I do my introduction and all that. But I'm going to work this into the inner half of my eye and do it like that. I'm using a Sonia Kashuk fluffy brush. I've heard that Sonia Kashuk is going out of Target and I'm like really sad about that because I've always been like I need to buy more of their brushes, but I never do. I mean, like, I guess that's kind of why they're not going to be in Target anymore. Maybe this will give me a chance to like go buy a bunch of their stuff on clearance, you know. I'm gonna go in with my Urban Decay Electric palette and I'm going to use the shade Urban and kind of put that on the inner half of my eyes. Also, speaking of Urban Decay, has anyone tried the Urban Decay and Kristen Leanne collection? Because I'm like mildly tempted by it. I'm not sure if I want to get it because I remember like she's sometimes like inaccurate when it comes to like cruelty-free brands, and I don't entirely dig that. Like, you know, past mistakes shouldn't mean like that's entirely a person's future either, obviously, but you know, I don't know what has happened in the aftermath of that sort of thing, so I'm a little iffy on it. I saw Fear NYX, I saw her review and it looked really good, and the palette wasn't entirely dupable. I thought it would be like really dupable with the electric palette, but it's not, and I'm kind of wondering if that means that I should get it, but I'm not sure yet. And I also saw Emily, she's really awesome if you're into cruelty-free beauty. I'll link her channel down below. I love her stuff. She had also done a look using the, I forget what it's called, but it was like, I think it's a Kaleidoscope palette, the like really bright one, and I was seriously digging that. Like for her New Year's Eve look, I think she had used it. And so like I'm tempted by the collection. Let me know your thoughts and if you think I should get it. At the very least, I am really wanting that eyeshadow palette. And I'm gonna blend this onto my lower lash line a bit further over than I did on the upper. Also, one of my New Year's resolutions was to make my makeup weirder. I like to think that I am succeeding at that. I'm gonna go in with a bit more dope. Like, I got inspired when I saw Biohazardous Beauty's post about how like 2017 became the year her makeup got weirder and she loved it, and that's kind of what I'm going for now, because I realize that, like, at least personally, I don't often make a lot of resolutions when it comes to makeup. Like, yeah, I want to always be getting better and better at my craft and trying new things and stuff, but I didn't necessarily have a direction that I want my makeup to go. But I would love to try and be more creative this year and to try more new things. And I am loving how this eye look is turning out. I don't know if it shows up well on camera, but I love it. I think I'm gonna use like a combination of like this shade and this shade from my Kat Von D Shade and Light eye palette, and I'm gonna use that to kind of blend out where I didn't put eyeshadow. I realize I should probably use shade names when it comes to this palette, but I don't. I've also been using this palette a lot more recently, and I'm really, really happy with it. Like, when I first got it, I thought I was gonna use it a whole lot, but then I didn't, and now I am. Like, I'm seeing the versatility and value in this palette. Like, obviously I thought it was like a good investment, otherwise I wouldn't have bought it. And so now on my inner corner, I'm gonna take this little pigment from Concrete Minerals in the shade Unity and put that on my inner corner as well, to kind of add a little bit more, not quite a highlight, because obviously I'm not doing a traditional eye shape, but you know what I mean. Oh wow, that fell out. I'm not entirely used to using loose pigments on my eyes, but I'm just gonna brush that away in a minute. Okay, fix it, Jesus. I'm just gonna casually use whatever leftover I have on my Real Technique sponge to kind of blend that out and be like, hey, I'm gonna cover that up. I'm very happy with this. I wasn't sure how well this was going to turn out, but I am liking it. This is good. We're in a good place. Now I'm gonna draw like some lines or dots or something on my lid using my NYX Vivid Brights liner in Vivid Halo. This is part of me trying to do things a bit weirder, more abstract, but I also didn't want the colors in this look to just be the purple eyes with the like aqua lipstick. So I'm not gonna talk during this part. Dry, please. Now this is a hard part of the makeup look, because you just kind of have to sit here like this for 12 hours until the eyeliner dries so that you don't have any creasing at all. Well, I figure while I'm looking down, I can just go ahead and do my lips. When I actually get ready, I do my makeup kind of out of order, just like whatever I feel like next. So I'm gonna use the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in Dreamer. I'm sure y'all think I'm weird by just like being like this, but this is how I am as a person. Okay, I think my eyes are safe to like move right now. I might put another coat of this on once it dries, because there are a couple places where it's looking rather patchy, but I wanna see how it dries down first. So now I'm going to curl my lashes. And now for my lashes, I'm going to use the Urban Decay Perversion mascara. I need to buy more of this. So, on the subject of New Year's resolutions, because I think that's what I was actually talking about before I went in and had the whole like eyeliner thing happening. Let me know what yours are. I try not to necessarily like limit myself to New Year's resolutions. I don't think we should be limited to one time per year or one time per season or anything like that to try and make a change in our lives. And this is gonna get like super preachy, whatever, but like that's why I'm in seminary, y'all. And for my contour, I'm gonna use my Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette. I'm gonna use the two lighter contour shades. I try and make like New Year's resolutions, but I also recognize that like if I want to do something different with the way I live my life, and it just so happens to be in like the middle of August, you know what? That is a perfectly valid time to change something too. That is a perfectly valid time to like start eating healthy no matter what time of year it is. It's a good time to start exercising or whatever it is that you want to do to change, you know, in whatever time of year that you want it to. I'm gonna use my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, cute little skull kabuki brush, because that's fun. Like there are a few things that I've been thinking about that I guess I could consider New Year's resolutions. Like it's more like life philosophies that I want to adapt? Well, for one, I kind of want to, well, I read this on the internet and I thought it was really good and really true. It was like, don't be friends with people who are nice to you but mean to other people. I'm gonna use this liquid highlighter from City Color that I got at Five Below. And I think we must think that that might be a pretty easy thing to do, but I think it's also a really easy trap to fall into, is just like hang out with people who, you know, might make some mean comments about others but are really, really nice to you, so you kind of just ignore it. And especially, like, again, preachiness. This is just how I am as a person. I know, since I'm a Christian, obviously, and so I think this is a thing in church communities that happens a lot too. Like, in the interest of being inclusive, we include people who are like mean to other people or harmful, who, you know, things like that. And of course we all hurt other people throughout our lives, but what matters more is like what you do with that. So I think there's a difference between hanging around somebody who you normally know to be a good person but might just be going through like a rough time in their life, that might be, you know, kind of rude occasionally because they're really irritated and stressed out, something like that, and being friends with somebody who is like actively mean to other people, like, and that is just how you've kind of always known them to be. And it kind of makes you feel special to be friends with that person, because it means like, hey, at least they don't hate me. You know what, that's not a good place to be in. So I'm gonna use my glow kit, and I think I'm gonna use a combination of marshmallow and Starburst because that's what I always use. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have like open and honest conversations and be like, hey, I know you to be really nice to me, but you keep saying like this, this, and this to and about this other person and treating this other person in this way and things like that, which is not a healthy way. It's not good or healthy, because quite frankly it means that another person knows how to be nice but is only choosing it for certain people. So that means that, like, you know, you're allowed to set terms and conditions for your friendship. And for me, part of that, my terms and conditions, is like, if you're going to be nice to me, please be nice to other people too. That doesn't mean you have to like everybody, because God knows I don't. There are a lot of people in this world who I don't like, but I'm not going to like make mean comments about them. I'm not going to just automatically be like, unfriend every human who isn't absolutely perfect, but I'm also going to like make more of an effort in my life to call out behavior when I see it, and hopefully other people will do that to me too, because I know that I'm not a perfect human being and I always want to be the best person that I can be and the best friend that I can be, and, you know, just in general. Where is my blush brush? Okay, we're finding all the things. Y'all see how disorganized I am? Okay, so I'm going to use the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in Party. And so I mean all of that preachy part not to be like any judgy thing, because I genuinely didn't want that to be, but I like sharing some of like the revelations I've come to in my life with other people. You know, I would kind of like to do that a little bit more on this channel. I don't know if it's the best place for it, but I like to think that I have some amount of like wisdom and experience in my brain. So you know what, if y'all like that, then let me know and I will keep it up. But yeah, I'm not meaning anything I say as like a slight on anyone else. I am just saying that as a general thing, like, hey, this is one way that we could be nicer to each other in the new year. And it's a small thing, but it's a thing that means a lot. I think my lipstick is looking off center, but otherwise good. So I'm just gonna touch up that one part. And so I'm gonna finish it off with my NYX Dewy Finish setting spray. So yeah, this is the finished look. I'm really, really happy with this look. I'm glad that I decided to do this. I hope y'all enjoyed my boring preachy part, as the great and wonderful smartest man in the world, Greg Proops, would say. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe down below if you want to see more videos from me, and I will see y'all in my next one. Hope you'll have a wonderful day. Bye!